The glass hit the floor, shattering. "Who the hell taught you that Italian?" he barked. Maya froze. Every eye in Giovanni's turned toward the black waitress. Her phone buzzed. Her hand shook. The Mafia Boss leaned in, voice low and deadly. "Say that again." She couldn't move. He smiled a slow, cruel smile. "Don't let her leave." Maya's heart hammered as two men in black suits blocked the exit. The buzz of conversations and clinking of glasses faded into a cold silence that pressed against her chest. Giovanni's steakhouse had always been loud, chaotic, alive, but now it felt like a cage. The boss's stare never left her. He wiped his hand with a napkin, as if even the air she breathed was dirty. "I asked you a question," he said, voice steady now, more dangerous than when he shouted. "Who taught you that language?" I just learned a few words," she whispered. Her tongue felt heavy, her throat dry. "Bullshit." His ring tapped the table twice. A signal. The sound cut sharper than a knife. Maya swallowed. "Please, I'm just a waitress." "I didn't mean—" "Waitress." His lip curled. "You said Padre Arrivato. That's not something tourists learn." The words she'd spoken on the phone replayed in her mind. Her dad's voice, weak but smiling, from a nursing home. "Asterisk, I'm proud of you, baby. You sound just like your mother." Asterisk, she hadn't known anyone was listening. Now the Mafia Boss leaned back, eyes narrowing. "Who's your mother?" Maya froze. The name burned on her tongue, but she couldn't say it. Not here, not in front of him. He smiled slowly, like a snake ready to strike. "Bring her here." The guards moved. Her body reacted before her brain did. She spun toward the kitchen, pushing through swinging doors. The smell of garlic and smoke hit her, but she didn't stop. Plates shattered behind her. Someone shouted. She burst to the back hallway, shoes slipping on tile. "Maya, what the hell are you doing?" Chef Angelo's voice came from behind the prep counter. She grabbed her bag. I have to go." Before he could answer, a shadow darkened the doorway. The guards. "Maya." One lunged forward. She ducked. The man's shoulder crashing into metal trays. Her pulse roared in her ears. She bolted out the back door into the alley, rain hitting her face like needles. The night air was sharp. Sirens echoed somewhere far away. She ran until her legs screamed, turning down a narrow street lined with flickering lamps. Finally, she stopped, gasping, gripping her chest. What had she done? Why would a single Italian sentence make a mafia boss lose control? Her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. She hesitated, then answered. "Maya," a man's voice whispered. "You have to listen carefully. Don't go home." Her stomach dropped. "Who is this?" "Your mother wanted you safe. They found out who you are." Her knees weakened. "What are you talking about?" "My mom died when I was 3. "No," the voice said. She disappeared. Because of him. The line clicked. Dead silence. Maya stood frozen under the rain. The city lights blurring around her. Somewhere behind her, a car door slammed. Tires screeched. Headlights flashed down the alley. She backed away, slipping on the wet pavement. The same man who'd shouted in the restaurant stepped out of the car, umbrella in hand, calm as if nothing had happened. His voice was soft now, almost kind. "I told them not to let you leave," he said, "but you had to run." "Stay away from me," Maya whispered. He tilted his head. "You have her eyes. You really don't know, do you?" "Know what?" "That you're not supposed to exist." Her breath caught. For a second, the world seemed to tilt. Before she could ask more, another car turned the corner. Black SUV, windows tinted. The boss looked up sharply, his calm cracking. "Get down!" Bullets shattered the air. Maya dug behind a trash bin, heart exploding in her chest. The boss's men fired back, shouting in Italian. She pressed her hands to her ears, trembling, crawling backward. A single thought echoed in her head. They're not after him. They were after her. Somewhere in the chaos, a voice shouted her name again. Familiar, desperate. Maya, run. She turned toward the sound. For a heartbeat, she saw a shadow at the end of the alley. A woman's silhouette, hair soaked, face hidden by rain. And then she was gone. Rain poured harder, washing blood and glass down the alley. Maya crawled toward the wall, lungs burning. Every breath a battle. The gunfire stopped as suddenly as it started. Silence hung heavy, broken only by the hiss of rain and the echo of boots on wet concrete. The Mafia Boss stepped out from behind a car, limping, blood trickling from his arm. His umbrella was gone, his white shirt clinging to him, darkened with rain and crimson. He looked different now. Not powerful, not untouchable. Just a man cornered by ghosts. Maya tried to stand, but her legs trembled. "Why are you doing this?" she shouted. "What do you want from me?" He stared at her, chest heaving. "I want the truth," he said. "I want to know why a girl like you, someone with her voice is still alive." Lightning flashed, and in that moment, she saw something raw in his eyes, fear. Real human fear. She swallowed hard. Who was she? My mother? He took a step closer. Lucia Marino, my translator, my secret, the woman who betrayed me for the FBI. His jaw tightened. She disappeared before I could make her pay. We thought she fled to Italy, but she left something behind. Maya's chest tightened. Her mind spun. You mean me? She should have known they'd never let that stand. His voice cracked like broken glass. You think the world forgave her? You think they forgive you? He raised his hand, and for one awful second she thought he'd pull a gun. But instead he pointed at her skin. You walk in their world, pretending to belong. But to them, you're always going to be the waitress, the outsider. The words hit harder than any weapon. She shook her head, rain mixing with tears. You're wrong, she said quietly. I don't need to belong to your world. I'll build my own. He laughed, low, bitter, hollow. You sound just like her. A car engine roared behind them. Black SUV doors flung open. Men in dark coats stepped out, guns raised. Not as men this time. FBI, one of them shouted. Hands up. Maya froze. The boss turned, wild-eyed. You led them here, he hissed. Before she could answer, he lunged, grabbing her arm, dragging her toward him like a shield. Her heart raced. The agent shouted again, weapons trained. Let her go. Don't move, he whispered in her ear, voice trembling now. If I go down, I'm taking the pass with me. Maya looked at the gun pressed against her side, then at his reflection in a puddle, his grip slipping, his eyes full of old guilt. Her mother's voice echoed in her memory, soft and steady. Asterisk, courage doesn't mean no fear, baby. It means you move anyway. Asterisk, she did. Maya twisted hard, elbowing him in the ribs. The gun fired, the sound deafening. He staggered back, eyes wide, hand pressed to his chest. Rain washed over his face as he fell to his knees. The agents rushed forward, shouting commands, but Maya just stood there, shaking, drenched, staring at the man who'd haunted her bloodline. He looked up at her one last time. She really loved you, he whispered. Then his eyes went still. Maya didn't cry. Not right away. She just stood in the storm, breathing hard, her reflection shimmering in the puddle beside his. For the first time, she wasn't running. The world that had judged her, hunted her, and tried to break her now had to see her, strong, alive, unbroken. And as the sirens wailed and lights flashed red and blue across her skin, Maya finally understood. Her mother hadn't disappeared to escape her past. She disappeared to give Maya a future. Weeks later, the smell of rain still lived in Maya's memory. The city had returned to its usual rhythm. Horns, chatter, the hum of life. But for her, nothing sounded the same. She sat by the window of a small cafe, sunlight brushing across her skin. The FBI had finished their questions. The newspapers had written their stories, and Giovanni's steakhouse had been sold. People moved on, but the echo of that night refused to leave her. Every sound, the clink of the glass, the buzz of phone, pulled her back to the moment everything changed. Sometimes she still heard his voice, asterisk, you have her eyes? Asterisk sometimes. She wished she could ask him what he truly meant. A folded letter lay on the table. It had arrived 2 days earlier and signed, sent from Rome. Inside, just one line written in delicate, looping Italian, asterisk, la verità ti rende libera. Asterisk, the truth will set you free. She smiled faintly. Somewhere deep down, she knew who had sent it. The cafe door opened, letting in a gust of warm air and the scent of roasted beans. A couple laughed near the counter. A man held the door open for an old woman, and life moved on, as it always did. Maya picked up her apron. She had taken a new job here, a quieter place where no one whispered behind her back, where no one looked twice at her skin when she spoke perfect Italian. A little girl at table 6 waved at her. Miss Maya, can you teach me that pretty language again? Maya's heart softened. She knelt beside the girl. Of course, she said. But first, tell me something in your own language. Tell me something true. The girl grinned. You're the nicest lady here. Maya laughed, light and real. It had been so long since she'd allowed herself that sound. Outside, the clouds parted. The light fell on her face, golden and forgiving. For the first time in years, she felt her mother close, not as a ghost from a past she feared, but as a whisper in her strength. She whispered to the empty seat across from her, I made it, Mama. Then she stood, tied her apron, and walked back to work, her steps calm, her voice steady, her heart free. Because in a world that once told her she didn't belong, Maya had rewritten the ending, and this time it belonged entirely to her. Subscribe for more powerful tales that challenge injustice and celebrate courage. Asterisk.